Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is April 18th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets, where we cover everything from the U.S. side to Asia and to Okay. This is our normal disclaimer. This is to state this is for education use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details. If you have any questions, you could email me, or you could go to our website, eiicapital.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, so let's go straight to the global markets. And let's go check out Frankfurt, the German market, because that's been leading. You could see that we had a major trend. We had a pullback. We went up. Now, we have another pullback that's on the way. The key thing now is that 69.67's got a hold for the German market. If it holds, then it has a potential of going higher. And if it breaks the 72.50 level, then this thing's definitely going to go higher and retest the highs and possibly blow past that. Way the markets typically have gone is that starting next week until June, typically they start moving up. So my guess would be is that we are going to sit there, possibly go lower by the end of this week or next couple of days, and then sit there and start going higher and blowing past all these different resistance levels for all the markets worldwide. If you look at the London market, it looks weaker than the German market. You could see here didn't really have an upward trend as much as it did. It's kind of look like a triple top, a major consolidation level here. This thing's got to definitely sit there and hold 5,800 as far as support is concerned, and then break for 6,100 to keep on going long. If you look at Paris, Paris just looks ugly. The momentum's out of it, so we're not even going to look at it. It's at a major support level right now, 38.81. Breaks that, then it's going to sit there and hold 3,700. But Paris doesn't even look pretty at all to even consider anything there. Let's go look at South Africa. South Africa is just consolidating, really nothing there. It's at a major support level right now too. Israel is kind of hanging around right here. It actually needs to start moving up, just like the Paris market and so the other markets, but it's got to sit there and break for 60, and then if it does, then it has momentum to go to the top side. Well, it definitely needs equalizing. Major support level is going to be around 57.50 on that one. Turkey, nothing really there. Russia, you could see, is finally pulling back and pulling back now. Major support level is going to be roughly around 27.60 as far as this ETF is concerned. So we got to look for that, but Russia is finally pulling back. Let's go look at Asia. If you look at Asia, Shanghai, remember we talked about Shanghai now starting to move forward because the Japan market went down. Shanghai is making its move now and trying to get to its major resistance level, roughly around 31.50. It looks like it's going to get there and possibly start blowing the pass above that, and could sit there and possibly go up to 3,400 by the end of this year. But it's really got some momentum right now. Really, before this thing blows through the roof, it probably needs about 3 weeks of just either pullback or consolidation or something. But in 3 weeks' time, I'm telling you, this thing's probably going to sit there and break through to the top side. Hong Kong market just kind of hanging around, not really doing anything. It's consolidating. It's really got to break the 24,500 level in order to start moving up. Japan market really not doing anything, nothing worth talking about there. Indian market is pulling back right now. Main levels is if you look at the levels here, it's got to pull back to about 18,700, and then at that point it does have a potential of going higher, but that's the level we're looking for it to kind of pull back to before you start looking at any opportunities going along. Sydney market is still very strong, as you could see here. It's kind of hanging around at the top and just needs a little more push upwards within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and this thing's going to blow for the roof and start a trend. So if you look at Asia, I would say Shanghai is first, Australian second, Indian market is third as far as bullish momentum to the top side. If you come over here to the US side and South Americas, Mexico, if you look here, It's kind of breaking down, doing a major pullback now, so there's nothing really there. Brazil, it's in the clouds, so that's just major consolidating. So let's go and go look at the Dow, because that's being actually, let's go look at the Russell Futures being beaten up, because I really don't include them, so I'm going to include them now. Russell Futures being leading, the small caps being leading. You can see from the weekly time frame, bullish trending. It's kind of holding here at 813.90. Which is a key support level here. Even today, it held out the support level here, so this still looks very strong to the bullish side. So we gotta look at, so that's there. Dow Futures. If you look at Dow Futures, now look at that. If you look at the Dow Futures, you could see that basically it's not even at its support level of 11,929. So this is stronger than the Russell Futures right now. And the whole reason why we don't include Russell Futures is because they have big swings. So today it could be leading, tomorrow it could not. That's kind of why we look at the three majors from the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. If you look here, this is trending there, sitting there trying to pull back to 11,929. And possibly by the end of this week we may get there, believe it or not, and then at that point bounce off that. A lot of people are going to be thinking it's a double top on the weekly at that point, so be very careful. If it does break down below 11,661, then you're going to have a mass sell-off, believe it or not, because people are going to think that's a double top that's occurred. The next one, we're going to look at the ES, S&P Mini Futures. If you look at the mini futures, they're already breaking down. It's at a major support level right now. The 12,888 is a support level. We kind of got really close to it today, and then we kind of bounced off that. But it does look like we're going to sit there and retest it by the end of this week. If it breaks that level, it's going to get to 1255, and it's got to hold there. If it doesn't hold there, then this is definitely going to be a double top that's formed on a weekly time frame, and the market's going to tank. If you look at the NASDAQ, if you look at NASDAQ, it's more weaker than anything. You could see it penetrate for the cadence in on the daily, whereas the other markets didn't. It did hold it and go back up, but this thing definitely does look very weak. The next support level is going to be at 2243, which is a weekly time frame support level. So I think by the end of this week, we're definitely going to hit 2243 for the NASDAQ, and at that point has a potential of bouncing off that. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you next week.